2 minutes, 2-minute warning. Make sure you go ahead and take a leak, take a poop, or grab a drink, whatever you need to do. Less than 2 minutes to go. In breaking news, Logan showed up and he's actually on time. He is actually on time. Beard Law, number 27. You guys got to sneak peek of the guest. That's on me. I blame that on Logan, but I'll take the blame for that. Beard Law, number 27. Behind every good woman is a man with a beard. Thanks, everybody, for joining. And as always, we're going to hit you with a really quick intro because Logan looks like I'm ready, but I'm not ready. Am I ready? So I think he needs 30 seconds. So let's hit the intro. So what's up, everybody? Welcome back. That was like 30 seconds you're never going to have back in your life. Welcome to Beard Laws Podcast, episode 27. We have another pretty mediocre episode lined up for you, but we have a pretty way above mediocre guest in DobbyBouglas, known in the TikTok world, the Instagram world, and probably all over the East Coast by now. But he's going to be on the show. He's actually backstage, and you guys saw him for a quick minute. It was like a teaser, you know what I mean? He's so good. It's the first time ever we teased a little bit of an intro and a little bit of a view for our guest. So, and there's going to be a secret segment if everything works out. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting. So for anybody that doesn't know, I'm Matt from Beard Laws. And who's this dude over here that showed up on time for like 2 times in a row? Yeah, that's you. Oh, yeah, that's you. Is this Logan? That's Logan, the shortest co-host that I've ever had. Matthew Bell's in the house. He says, "Evening, everyone." Shout out Squeaks Beard. He's upset because the Giants just did something dumb in the draft, I guess. Forgot it was the NFL draft. I guess I just don't really care. What's going on, everyone? It's Tom V. Great supporter of the show. Great beard. Look at that beard. That's well maintained.
That's very nice. I also heard that Squeak might be a little under the weather today.
Yeah, a little bit of the Irish flu. Couldn't handle the Dudeweisers. At least rumor has it he did not have any bedtime bowel movements. So, hey, Squeak Beard!
Nice. That's good.
Cool. Usually we try to sneak in a featured artist of the week. We just didn't have a chance to line anybody up for this episode just because like a couple artists are sending some stuff, but due to the mail and everything that's going on, just hasn't reached there. So stay tuned for this part of this segment that will feature the featured artist of the week. But it's kind of 2 birds, 1 stone because the guy that we have backstage is an artist as well. So I say I run this super fast little ad that I have to do to try to keep making money for the podcast. So I'm going to do that here. What time is it? It's like 9. I do it at 9:05. Close enough. So, Logan, what have you been up to? I'm just going to let you talk to like 9:05 and then I'm going to hit this.
Sure. Man, painting my living room.
That sounds terrible. Anything exciting?
No, we've been painting. And then after you tape it, then you paint it, then you take the tape off, and then you got to repaint it. And
No, not if you're a good taper.
Stupid. I know I'm a wicked good taper. However, the problem is
Doesn't sound like it.
I'm a horrible.
All right, it's
taper.
9:05. You're getting cut off. All right, 9:05 is when we do our little Buzzsprout ad. So here we go. Buzzsprout, the best way to launch a professional podcast. Today is a great day to start your own podcast. Whether you're looking for a new marketing channel, have a message you want someone to see in the entire world, or just think it would be fun to have your own talk show, podcasting is an easy, inexpensive, and fun way to expand your reach online. Buzzsprout is hands down the easiest and best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. Your show can be online and listen to all major podcast directories like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more within minutes of finishing your recording. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners, and the team at Buzzsprout is passionate in helping you succeed. Join over 100,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout to get their message to the world. Let's create something great together. There's a referral code that I have. It's on YouTube. It's on some stuff. I don't feel like reading it or showing it. But yeah, if you need a referral and you want to start a podcast on Buzzsprout, I mean, look, it makes me and him actually look like we know what we're doing. So yeah, use Buzzsprout if you want. And if you want to save some money and you want to actually sign up and use me as a referral, that's cool. I'll get like $25. I'm not going to give any of it back to you, but that'll pay for one more month of this amazing show. So thank you for the service, Buzzsprout, and all you guys pretending to listen. So on to some more cool stuff. Stevie was pushing the Bud Heavies on me. Oh, Steve, there's no even nine there. Yeah, that's going to happen. Yeah. And CT killed the beetle. So congratulations, CT, because that beetle was kicking your ass the other day. Yeah, so what do you think? Want to get in the episode? I'm too excited to keep this guy backstage.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's hit you with the interview intro, and then we're going to do a wicked cool intro. Well, it's like kind of cool, but this is cool. As mentioned, the interview tonight is with DobbyBouglas, a man who gloves up more than your local prostate exam doctor, a man who will throw sour cream and onion chips at a cashier at 7-Eleven just for your viewing pleasure, a man who has one of the stinkiest logs ever, and yet it's brilliant, the fart log, a man who trained in cockfighting for 3 years to find out it sadly involved chickens, a man who believes in the kangarooster, a man who has more ink on him than a printer repairman, a man who I'm proud to call my bearded brother, even though he lost his. A man who is all about the bubbly, the one, the only, DobbyBouglas.
Yo, I'm going to need you to just walk around and literally announce me in every doorway. That was beautiful.
He's wicked.
I could probably do that. And the best part is I take all the intros and then like I mash them into one YouTube video.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So what's going on, man? I didn't let my co-host know, but I'm actually chilling in the couch backstage with you. So yeah, it's pretty comfy. You got a comfy couch, man. I'm digging it.
Man, honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. Thanks for joining me on the couch.
Yeah, he's doing stuff under the camera. It's okay. So if you see me giggle or move a little bit, it's just he's doing under the camera stuff. That's what all.
That's fair. That's fair. It's 2020. You got whatever.
Yeah. So for anybody who doesn't know, this is DobbyBouglas on the social media. Hashtag Team Destroy. Just a great dude on social media. Is one of the first people that I followed when I got on TikTok, and it's obviously where we met. So one thing that I always like to ask the guests is it's a generic question, but it's always a good one to find out kind of the backstory of everything. But how did you get on TikTok? What started it? Did you transition from like Musical.ly Vine days, or was it just something you stumbled upon?
Well, it's funny because honestly, like Jake and I used to.
Whoa! It's like Beetlejuice. We said his name and bam, he's there.
Well, Jake and I used to watch a bunch of Vines, and he was really pushing the funny videos, and we would always just sit around and just hang out, watch the funny videos, and just like any other day, I walked downstairs to hang out on YouTube, watch some funny shit, and all of a sudden he was like, "Have you heard of this TikTok thing?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "Check it out," and he pulled us some TikTok videos, and essentially it was emulating Vine. And for me, I was I don't want to say like a double, but I was one of those people that was very camera shy. I never really pictured myself being on camera or making people laugh in that sort of manner. I was more of just like a face-to-face kind of person where you could just, hey, here I am. Let's laugh about some shit. So I came downstairs and he was like, hey, have you heard of this TikTok app? And I'm like, no. He's like, we should download it. And we did. From that day, we just started uploading old Snapchats and whatnot. And then we realized like, hey, we could really start making some skits. Like we could really, utilize what we have and make people laugh and have a good time doing it. So basically to crunch that all into one, Jake was like, hey, this should be a fun time. And I said, hey, let's try it. And we did.
Oh yeah. Other than Jake, do you remember who one of the first people that you followed on the app?
There's a couple people that shall not be named for that reason, because it was more of like a content sort of thing where I enjoyed their content. I didn't know them as a person. So you could do that for pretty much any actor or actress or whoever, anyone who's on the big stage sort of thing. Like even like a musician, you might love their music, but find out that they're a total asshole in person. So for me, it's like, a lot of the people that I originally started following, I followed for content. I didn't really follow for who they necessarily promoted themselves as a human being. But Iron Sanctuary was one of the first that I can proudly say, like, hey, I followed Iron Sanctuary for a while, and he's a really good guy, still a great guy. So he's one of those dudes that I always will push and say, hey, really nice guy.
Yeah, he's a great dude. He's a friend of the show. Rob Power says, Buenos nachos, bitches. I love nachos. And the bitches part, he's talking to you, Logan. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, clearly.
Yeah, clearly. So do you remember one of the first videos that you did that kind of went viral and you were like, oh, shit, maybe I'm kind of good at this TikTok?
That's definitely opinion based. But for me personally, I would say the Bad Boy video. And I don't know if you've seen that one, or I don't know if anyone else.
Oh, when I did my research, I go through everybody's every single TikTok of the people that I interview. It's a long, grueling process. And it's funny to see the evolution of kind of, like you said, you went from, the Snapchat to different stuff. Obviously, in the intro, there's probably some other questions and some old stuff. Maybe you forgot about, maybe you didn't. But it's funny to see like how people progress, from what they started when they didn't really know what the app was or what they could do, and how powerful the app can really be, for your brand and everything. And then seeing what it is today is pretty sweet.
Right. Well, I was single at the time, so for me, I was kind of hitting every corner. It really didn't matter what the genre of video was.
Didn't think you were going to say corner.
But yeah, I made a video where essentially it was more of like a kind of like how we're doing, just like singularly sitting there or whatever by myself. There's no context to the video whatsoever. I was sitting on the couch or whatever, and no music, no nothing, just me. And it's very cringy now that I look back at it. But it was more or less like, hey girl, like, you want a bad boy? It's like, I think you've come to the right place, because I'm freaking bad at everything. Like, and that was essentially the video itself.
Yeah.
And I remember getting I think it was like 10,000 likes on it, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, what is this? Like, what? Like,
Not only did 10,000 people saw it, there way more people saw it. 10,000 people actually hit that hard.
Yeah, and essentially that just put me in a coma. You know what I mean? Because for me, like, I put my heart and soul in my tattoos. Like, I work hard and I make sure that I'm proud of every piece of artwork that walks out of the shop. And on Instagram they'll hit 100 likes, 200 likes, something like that, with a maximum of maybe 500 likes, something like that. This got 10,000 likes in a day, and I shit the bed. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I can't imagine what stems from this at this point. You know what I mean? Like, where could this possibly go? Like, other than just having a good laugh and having some fun with some friends, and it's one of those gateways that's like, hey, like, I've met so many cool people through this app, and I don't see anything that's quite like it. Honestly, there's no other platform quite like it.
Yeah, we talked last week to a couple of people, and we're like, TikTok should sell out their algorithms and everything to like dating sites, because the way that they're able to match people that gel together, like for friendships, actual dating, stuff like that. Like, I don't know how they do it, but it's brought, like, especially me, and he never believed in the TikTok or anything, that just kind of, and this is no offense to you, but he kind of had the small town mentality. We come from a very small town, born and raised in this town, like hasn't really seen a lot of things. And I kept showing him TikTok, this and that, it's going to be a thing. It's going to be cool. So finally we convinced him. As of last week, he got on the TikTok. He's finally a believer and a Bieber. What's a believer? Bieber? He's a Bieber fan. I think.
Nope, not true. Not a believer.
But yeah, it's pretty crazy. The friendships, and the connections you make. It's pretty awesome. So you were part of the Christmas beard contest. What was probably the favorite beard that you either did or that you saw?
Oof.
You don't have to pick mine. This isn't biased. You don't have to pick mine. I know.
I'm just going to pick one of my personal favorites that I did myself because I know how much time it took. And that's the thing that I honestly can say about TikTok in general, not just the beard competition, is you never really realize how much time people take for these sort of things.
Right.
And that's why, it's in careful consideration when I look at videos on the For You page and I'm like, whoa, like this video obviously took hours of editing, or wow, this video took 15 seconds and it's hilarious, or whatever, like there's a distinct difference at this point.
Yeah, you can tell. Yeah. And to put in that amount of time to put out a fifth back, until recently, just a 15-second,
Yeah. Yeah. I would say my favorite that I personally made was the Rudolph beard.
That was my favorite.
It took a lot of hairspray. It took a lot of patience. Every time I would turn the corner to make a mirror video, the eyeballs would fall out from my beard. And, I didn't want to I actually hot glued them to hair scrunchies. Nice. And eventually just curled them in and said, here we go. This will work. And Lord and behold, I had, who flew that faithful knight on my face. And
it got you a championship in the old beard contest.
It did. It was award-winning Rudolph beard, and I was very proud.
Hell yeah, man! And as we mentioned, featured artist. Quick little shout out, Madeline Janelle Art. She was one of the guests on our show the other time. What was it? Last week? Was it last week? Time flies when you're on like Corona house arrest. But yeah, time flies when you're doing nothing. Yeah, amazing artist. If anybody's looking for some work, hit her up on the social medias and get yourself some great art. And what do we got here? So. Do you still do the fart log?
No, not necessarily. I keep personal note, but for the most part, I do want to keep a actual log, and that's just hitting different places in the world. So as I travel, I can put an X on the map, like, hey, I left a log in Louisiana, or hey, I left a log in Delaware, and maybe further along that one.
I always had
collecting belly button lint. That was also another one that I was gonna. Yeah, I can't honestly. I could probably do it right now. I conjure a lot of belly button lint. I don't know why. It just happens. And
it does happen.
Yeah, it's one of those natural phenomena. So yeah, I actually had an idea years ago, like right as the apps were kind of starting. Just as cell phones were coming out, apps were starting. I thought it would have been absolutely amazing to have an app that showed you where the cleanest places to poop were. You know what I mean? You're unintended, and you're driving around, and you're like, I gotta go. I don't know if I don't really want to go to that gas station. But if you had an app that was like, oh yeah, I pooped here, and this one's good, or hey, I'm gonna go to this business, or I'm gonna go here. Like obviously, people use common sense. You're not gonna stop at a Taco Bell or probably a Mexican restaurant, but common sense wise. But if there was an app, and then by the time I realized how to potentially make apps or who to hire to make apps, pretty sure it's already out there. And I was like, man, I could have been rich, and all I had to do was travel around. I had a buddy that was actually driving around in our local town, taking poops at places and rating them for us. And we had the works in it, and then we just probably kept partying.
I think you should still pursue it.
Yeah, maybe Beard Laws will have its own cleanest place to poop app coming to a phone near you.
I like that.
And then maybe we can have a segue with the logs. You know what I mean? We'll incorporate you. So you can have the map with the logs in the poop app, and we'll just make this really cool thing. We'll all be rich and just make TikToks for a living. So have you ever thought about, speaking of, farts and poops and stuff, have you ever thought about bringing back farting on strangers?
No, honestly, I get mixed reactions. Like a lot of people, and not only that, but like I just can't. Because for me personally, I would never think a fart's not funny. Like I
Right?
just can't. I honestly, I hear a fart and I laugh.
Every time.
That's it. That's it. Plain and simple. So for me, like if I got farted on, I don't know if farts are funny anymore.
No, I'd laugh, and as long as it wasn't like you didn't get sharded on, I'd laugh, give a fist bump or something. But yeah, farts are funny. They are.
Yeah.
But yeah, the skit you did on fart by. I mean, would you rather like somebody fart on you so you hear it, or just have like something terrible smelling, and you know that somebody did it, but you're still there? Like at least you have a warning, and that just like hit like you know what I mean?
I think I'd go for the noise because the pungency would just like set me
Yeah.
off. Like, oh,
Yeah.
whose brand is that? Like who fucking did that? Like,
And most people won't admit it. And whenever I'm around, I fart all the time, and everybody's like, "Oh, it was just Matt." And I'm like, "No, that one wasn't me. I'm going to tell you, or I'm going to be like, hey, heads up, this one's a bad one. If you're seeing me go, yeah." So
I get worried by my kids with their farts. Maz will run into the bed and be like, "Dive bomb!" And then I'll open my eyes and there's his butt, usually without clothes on, and a fart comes like within seconds, and then he just and then he leaves. I'm like, "What? Oh God!"
it's like, what are we feeding this kid?
Everything I eat but the beer.
yeah, that's pretty. So obviously you fly the old Team Destroy hashtag. Team Destroy. Where did it come from? What's the story behind it for the brand and the business, or not business, but the brand and the community that you guys have built?
Well, that roots pretty far, honestly, for me personally. But on TikTok itself, it almost came from randomness. Like it was one of those things that's like we have a group of like-minded individuals. We have people that love to hang out and just like listen to music and laugh and have fun during the live streams. And people were asking like what we'd call our fan base or whatever you'd want to say. Because for us, it's friends. Like for Jake and I, they're friends. Like I can't really say they're like a fan base because a fan base I feel just is different than a friend.
True.
So the people that were showing up every day and making themselves known and having fun with us, and we're on a first name kind of basis sort of thing. We wanted to give them something special, and it made it so it wasn't just anybody who was a fan or anybody who just popped in the live stream for their shout out and left. This was a name for people who really showed their utmost support and love and just being friendly. So like Jake and I wanted to give them something special, something just for them, So Team Destroy really surfaced around destroying hate. Like not just, I know that's very broad, but for the most part, it was one of those kind of things that people were coming to us and saying, hey, we have this problem. Like we have a full blown adult picking on a minor, for example. And it's like, yo, like that's pretty fucked up. Like we don't condone that shit. So we would send Team Destroy and everybody else a part of it to that person's page and kill them with kindness. We would comment on their videos and be like, oh, this was so great. The lighting would be crap and they would be saying some mean things and awful shit. And we'd just be like, oh, we love your energy. Like, oh my goodness. And it just became one of those things that's like, I guess just contagious, where it's like everybody, not everybody, but the majority of people that showed up to our live streams wanted to be a part of it, and it got them to hang out a little bit more and find out who we are as people. And you take a look at us, and I have a gargoyle tattooed on the side of my head. Someone sees me in public, they might not want to approach me, So for me to be all smiles and laughs on the internet and having a good time, it generally made me into a more approachable person to begin with. So for me, it's just I define Team Destroy as one of those things that was a blessing in disguise because it was all so organic and nobody was forced to be a part of anything and nobody was forced to do anything. They all just wanted a place to go. It was almost like it was meant to happen that way. Like if it didn't happen, it didn't happen. If it did, it did. And it was just one of those natural anomalies that I can definitely look back and be like, wow, I really appreciate the time that people spent and the time that I spent, and I could appreciate just how much fun we all had and laughed.
Oh, yeah.
So much fun. Like, it was just so much fun.
Yeah, man. Yeah, if I saw you even with the face tattoo in public or at a bar, I'd still fart on you. Don't worry about that. Speaking of tattoos, obviously you are a tattoo artist. What kind of got you into being a tattoo artist? You know what I mean? Was it something, you know, as a kid you were like, I love art, this is what I want to do? Did it fall into you? Just a little backstory, you know, what got you into it?
It's funny how it happened, because for me, like, I grew up in Ohio. Like, I wasn't born and raised in Maryland or Philadelphia. Like, I live out in the East Coast now. But I was born in Ohio, and for me, like, my family, like, growing up, we didn't live in the best place in Ohio. It was a little rougher edged. But the school I went to was very, very, very lucky. Like, we had a lot of technology, so we were known for having like MacBooks and like all sorts of like sort of like, I don't know, like high tech sort of things. So for me, I took graphic design all 4 years of high school, and nice. I really, really enjoyed just making pop culture kind of posters and just all sorts of like crazy art. Like, that was just like, it was almost like snipping old magazines and gluing it together. You know, it was kind of like that, but on the internet, where I could just find anything I wanted, you know, instead of just being subjected to one magazine or whatever. You know, I had unlimited reference material to make whatever I wanted. So that's what I started doing, is I started taking graphic design very seriously, and I had a lot of fun doing it, and I met a lot of cool connections through that. And right before I graduated high school, I started getting heavily tattooed through a family friend, and my mom signed off and everything like that. But he was well known in my family for being just like a really good guy and a really good artist. And I was 16, 17 years old, you know what I mean, when I first started getting tattooed. So from there, I branched out, and I found another shop with some cool people in there, and I kind of told them my backstory and whatnot, and where I came from and all that stuff, and showed them my strong art portfolio, which is more important than just about anything when you're trying to apply to be a tattooer. And they told me, like, hey, you know, come on in on Monday, and, you know, we'll see how you work, you know. So I came in and scrubbed the floors, fucking scrubbed everything, dude. Just fucking washed basically everything that was washable, and just really proved my worth for the most part. Like, I didn't expect anything out of it, but I did want to outshine some other people, because I wasn't the only one there. You know what I mean? Like, there was plenty of other people who wanted that opportunity as well. So for me, I busted my ass, you know, like I gave free labor for 2 years, you know, without asking for a single dime, just to learn the trade that I know now.
Kind of like Danielson from Karate Kid, you know, Mr. Miyagi. Yes, I've been giving you free labor. I've been giving you free labor. All right, so we have some breaking news. We are about to introduce a new segment to the show that's never been done before. We have a special guest who is backstage who wants to come in and ask Dobby a couple of questions. Who is this special guest? Well, just like Masked Singer, nobody knows. So, for the first time ever, a special guest is going to come in, and this special guest goes by Shadow. Hello, Shadow. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We're very excited. We're very excited for you to join the episode and be the first kind of mask. What's a good word? Mask interviewer. Oh, that's good. That just hit. So, as the mask interviewer, I know you have a couple of questions that you would like to ask Dobby. So, the floor is yours.
Can you hear me?
Oh, we hear you good.
Yep, I hear you fine.
Oh, because I can't hear myself. I can't hear myself at all. I thought I was talking to DobbyBouglas. Who is this imposter?
Ooh.
This is him, beardless and all.
Here, we'll show you. Yeah, that's him. I think. Yeah.
No, that's not the young man that I've met.
Tis I.
What happened to your beard, Bobby? Did you get the COVID?
No, it's one of those things, that it started to grow on me, and I decided, hey, I think it's about time. The man.
Beards usually grow on people.
My girlfriend has never seen my face, so that was a huge part of shaving my beard. Was I felt like
Oh, Alorios, I know her as well.
I can barely hold my shit together over here. This is awesome.
So, Bobby,
yeah,
have we met?
probably.
Do you have any idea who I might be? Did we possibly meet in Toledo? Did we meet in Maryland? Did we meet in the UK? Or D, none of the above?
I don't know. I honestly have no idea.
Oh, come on, Bobby. We may or may not have celebrated birthdays together. We are both cancers,
I'm trying so hard.
He really is. Look how hard he's thinking.
Killing me.
Killing you softly with this song. No guesses, Bobby.
He's got nothing. This is great.
Do you have a
Do you think we should roll this? Should we keep rolling this each week?
Well,
He's like,
maybe
no.
I have a beard.
Or he or she. We don't know. We don't know who the guest is.
I definitely associate as a him.
There's a clue.
Oh, there's a clue. But do I have a beard? Was the question. The question is, you're on beard laws. Why don't you have your beard? There is a name for people without beards, Bobby. They're called women.
Oh.
Oh man.
So Dobby,
It's the Fresh Prince of No Hair. No, the Fresh Prince of No Hair isn't as big as I.
yeah, and I'm not getting a southern draw out of that.
No, me neither.
Do you have any more questions for the guest here, masked interviewer?
How is your boy, Jake?
I believe he's doing well. I think we're all.
He's not.
hanging out.
He's not attached to your hip, is he?
No.
Who holds the pocket when you go in public, Bobby? Do you hold Jake's pocket, or does Jake hold your pocket?
We're switched.
We switch.
Oh, you go both ways. Oh, nice to know.
Oh.
Is it infernum? Is it infernum? I am not an incubi, but I do like incubus.
Yo.
I
have 0 guesses. Like, this is good. This is real good.
The best part is, in this is kind of some breaking news as well. Next week's guest, we don't usually tell it is, but next week's guest, breaking news, is actually going to be Jake.
Jakey Boo! Oh, Jake. I like me some Jake, too.
So, masked interviewer, you have some choices. The ball is in your court. We keep this rolling. You can do this next week with Jake, or if you want, you can continue to have fun and reveal yourself as you please. But reveal only parts that are camera friendly. We are on YouTube and Facebook.
Oh, I am naked from my mask down. Bobby, give me 2 guesses.
Does he get it? Does he get a question back at you?
He's got to guess. I'm asking you asked me to come on to ask the questions. You said nothing about him asking me questions. If he gets me right in the next two guesses, I shall reveal myself. If not, then I will be sure to come back next week and fuck with little Jakey.
All right, you've heard it here. What are your guesses?
My first guess will be Beer Bong John, and that's just because he's got a beard and he's part of TikTok, but I don't know when his birthday is, so I don't know. Is that right?
Beer Bong John is not as handsome as I. That was one. One more.
If the next one is wrong, the shadow will disappear. The shadow that is Beard Law Studio.
My second guess is Greg, and that's because he has a beard and he loves to fuck with me.
Who?
What's up, buddy?
How did you do that?
Good evening, everybody. I am Greg Runge.
Everybody doesn't know that is the one, the only Greg Runge. And wow.
I had to be a man of my word. It would have been cool to come back next week, but I'm a man of my word. He guessed me in two, so here I am, motherfuckers.
The best part is people in the chat were guessing and pegged you a while back, and I was like, damn, these guys are good.
Yeah, Eric Mitchell was getting that shit really quick. I tried to see.
I thought about deleting the comment, but I was like, yeah, I could probably let it roll.
Right on.
That was your face on that was classic.
You can't know about the backdrop. I covered the backdrop. I actually took down my fucking my windows. My windows is bare, so if neighbors were walking out front right now, they were like, "Who the fuck is that terrorist guy fucking shooting a video?" Like I'm like a fishbowl right now, so you couldn't see my backdrop. Stop fucking lying, CT. You didn't guess it right either.
With the mask or without the mask, I still feel like I'm watching a weird Iranian terrorist video. New Jersey voice, and then you got. You're stroking your cat's tail. I was like, this video is going to take a hard left turn real quick.
That was funny.
I had no idea what voice I was going to use. I fucking no clue. I was like, dude, if I had a Boston accent, I had to be sure I didn't park my car and anything that I said.
That was classic. That's the voice that came out.
Thanks. But I got to run. You guys have a great night. Love you, Bobby.
Thanks, Greg. Or Shadow.
Yeah. See ya.
Thanks, man. So there was a little twist. That was good, right? We got you good.
Holy shit. That was
he popped.
Jafar. Like,
he popped in
from Aladdin.
Yeah, he popped in backstage, and I don't know if you saw it, but I burst out laughing because it said Shadow. So I hit him up and I was like, "Hey, I'm thinking about this thing. You know, you want to do this?" And he kind of had the idea. He was like, "Man, I'm gonna come in masked," and so we kind of talked about it, but I had no idea what it was, what was happening. I'm like, let's just let him do his thing. And he popped in his shadow, and all you could see is his eyes, and I lost it.
I feel like that should be a weekly thing at this point. Like a new masked interviewer. That was fucking hilarious.
I think for Greg it probably is. We just don't know about it. I think he's done that before.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, we're gonna have to start incorporating because I brought in like other guests like as surprises. You know, like Chunky Hustle was on the show, and his boy Matt Grork, he came in, like popped in. And they were like, "Oh, you know, that's the surprise." Da, 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 da. And then I got Iron Sanctuary to pop in just to see Chunky Hustle fangirl a little bit. So we've kind of done that a little bit, but Greg's brilliant brain came up with like, "I'm going to do it masked."
That was great.
That was good. That's gonna be a new thing, and maybe we're gonna take Shadow and put it on a T-shirt. That's funny. Squeak, way to ruin it. Jeez.
Yeah, what the hell, Squeak?
I should have deleted it, but he didn't know. That was cool. That was, and that would have been funny too if he came back next week and messed with Jake. But don't worry, and he might not still be here. You know, Jake might not still be watching, so we'll line something up for him. Me and you will talk off. We'll get somebody good or two people.
That sounds good.
That'll be fun. What's up, Dancy? Yeah, actually, we're sitting on the same couch. Me and Dobby. Meg loves that segment. That was good. I was trying hard not to keep it together.
That was fun.
That was good. So, man, I don't even know where we left off. So, if you want to keep going, I got a couple more questions. But if you want to take off, that's up to you.
Fire away.
All right. So let's go. What is one of the weirdest tattoos you have either done, seen, or have? Because I know there's a lot of weird ones out there, and I know for a while and one thing that I really like you guys do as tattoo artists is you see some stuff on TikTok and they're just brutally bad. That's going to lead to infections or something like that, and you guys have kind of like, hey, like making the people aware, like that's not a good idea.
Yeah, those are kitchen wizards. Like we're tatty wizards. Like those are people who can give you artistry magic. Kitchen wizards are the opposite end of the spectrum. Those are the ones that are giving you the raised tattoos and the ones that look like a mangled baconator. And you know.
This one's supposed to be a wizard, but it sure looks like Popeye.
But that's the thing though, is that those I can barely consider like crazy tattoos because those are just horror stories. You know, for me, like a crazy tattoo is something that someone can, like, for example, like an 8-hour tattoo on their head. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
But design wise, I would have to say I've tattooed Captain America, but it was Captain America in drag. That shit was hilarious. Like I had to have this client repeat themselves 3 different times because I thought I just misheard what they wanted. And they're like, no, I want Captain America in drag. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let's draw it up. Let's do it.
So Squeak says he'll get another tattoo if I do. So I'll one up you, Squeak. I'll get a tattoo if you get another tattoo. If we go down and Dobby doesn't when things are all fixed.
Let's go.
We'll go to Maryland. We'll make it a trip and we'll all get tattoos. Meg's giving a thumbs up over here. She's down to go get a tattoo. What about you, Loke? You want to go get a tattoo from Dobby?
I have 0 tattoos.
So we'll get one.
However, I have 2 drawn up from a buddy that drew them up.
Did you say butts?
And they're a buddy.
2 drawn up from a butt. All right,
Squeak's
in. Squeak, that's my cousin. We're all taking a road trip when things are good, and we're gonna get some tattoos by you guys.
I like road trips.
Let's go.
All right, what else did I have? Let's see here. I'm not gonna ask you that because we're on.
Where's the weirdest place on a body that you have tattooed? Or what is the weirdest, or where is, like, yeah.
That one's also really hard to answer because artists experience different than what the eye will tell you. You know what I mean? So like a weird spot for you, like for example, might be, I don't know, like someone's back of their knee, for example. Like it's very sensitive skin. It doesn't really get much damage if you're, you know, say you fall in the woods and you scrape your knee. It's like the back of your knee usually doesn't get scratched. You know what I mean? So it's one of those very, very, very sensitive spots. But for us, it's stuff like the elbow. You know, it's like elephant skin. Like you'll lay something on the elbow that's this big, right? Like a stencil, a tattoo that's like this big. You go to tattoo it and they bend their elbow so much and it expands to about this big.
Right.
You know, so for us, it's just it's not a problematic spot. It's just one that takes more time. So it'll be a 3-hour tattoo that ends up taking 5 because it just takes more effort. It takes more to stretch the skin. And I've seen people get tattoos like on the bottom of their feet. That has to be hell on earth. Like you know, from Toy Story where he has Andy written on his boot, like Woody, you know, people have gotten that before tattooed on their foot. And, you know, it's an adorable concept, but to get that tattooed and to heal it and to just stay off of it and to actually tattoo someone there to get them to sit still for that spot. Ugh, everything about that just sounds
Sounds
fucking
horrible.
Doesn't sound him.
Right.
There's already a whole bunch of people that we've got 3 or 4 people that are like, hey, I'm in. And then CT said that he'll get a Beard Laws one if I get one of Squeak. That's just not going to happen. I don't want that.
No.
I don't want that ugly mug on me.
I was gonna say I love Squeak, but he's ugly as shit.
Assassin Outdoors is in. Neldon says Logan's got that virgin skin. Tom says he's gonna get one. So he says they don't last. So yes, apparently Squeak. So apparently we're taking questions from fans now. He wants to know if you watch Ink Master. Don't worry, I got a script and some notes, Squeak. But go ahead, let's just chime in with your question. False news. You're not cute. What's up, D11? You don't have to. This isn't fan interaction. No, come on. We're talking about the special guest in his time. We don't need to talk about Ink Masters. If he was on Ink Masters, then we talk about it. Jeez. So I don't know if you're interested, but usually what we'll do is towards the end of an episode, we come up with a little trivia game that's kind of towards the guests, whether, where they live or the lifestyle, something like that. So I came up with a couple of questions. We'll ask them and we'll see if anybody in the chat can beat you. What do you think, Ian? Beat you.
Okay, let's go.
Well, I have 10 written down, but if we only get through 5 or so, that's fine. Let's see how many people can beat. But there can be no Googling fans. No Googling fans. I miss his beard more than he does. I don't know. But I got to admit, you look good. You look good without it. Some people don't look good without a beard. I don't feel like I'd look great without one. You're rocking it.
I'm only a young man once in my life, you know what I mean? And for me, I'm gonna hop around, I'm not gonna be set on just one look. I'm a very bouncy kind of person. Like, I like to get a reaction out of people. And this was the way that I felt I could get the biggest reaction out of people in the shortest amount of time and still do what I would like to do. So
the shave down had to be fun though. Like, you were so intelligent in the shave down, making all the videos as you did it. Like, that's awesome.
Oh, wait
How
till
old are you?
I still haven't posted them all.
I was gonna say, I feel like there's a pretty cool one coming up, but I'm a little biased. What's that, Log?
How old are you?
I'm 27.
Oh yeah, dude, you got plenty of time. I started growing this last Labor Day because now I have 2 chins and wrinkles everywhere. It's like this just hides my 39-year-old face. Like, this is just, if I could grow this up here, I would.
I agree fully. I'm right there with you.
Man. I got the receding hairline going pretty good. Yeah.
Look at us.
Matt, you got to start rocking the hair, buddy. The hair's looking good, bud.
I know. I got the mohawk going, the quarantine cut.
Shit.
Yeah, see? Yeah, so CT and Tom were saying, CT's like, when Logan get a mohawk? And then Tom's like, well, maybe it's a man bun, which fair and funny, but come on. I have a little class.
All right, so the theme for this trivia is tattoo trivia.
Oh, shit.
Tattoo trivia. But it's probably not going to be like your normal tattoo trivia. I tried to kind of put the Beard Laws twist on it because for anybody that doesn't know, every Tuesday we do trivia. So if consider yourself a trivia guy, or if you know anybody that is like the trivia guy that down there, in Maryland or somewhere that you've met, send them over to the show on Tuesday and see if they can compete, and the winner gets some swag.
Damn.
So tattoo trivia question number 1. What tattoo does the character Popeye have? So don't answer right away. There's a little bit of a delay. We'll kind of just converse while you think. Once we see a fan or so throw their answer in. Squeak, are we talking tramp stamps? Are you going to get a tramp stamp? You can get one. I'm sure Dobby would love to do something right.
I'd be real surprised if Squeak doesn't already have a tramp stamp. Come on.
All right, Dobby, what tattoo does the character Popeye have?
An anchor.
Correct. And we have some other people. We got Tom, we got CT, we got Neldon, we got Lonnie, we got Squeak, aka Eric. Nice work, everybody. But you're still tied with the tattoo wizard.
Nah,
all
shit.
right. So this one's gonna be tough. And I didn't really expect it to be as tough as until I just read it, because I kind of just threw them out there. So I'm not expecting anyone to get this, but if you do, props to you. Maybe I should do a before or after, but I'm not.
I counted everybody who got that one from what I see. I'll count Assassin as well. This one, the first two that I see come up.
If you get two people to answer this, then they Googled it, so they won't count. Unless they're quick. All right. Anyways. When was the first tattoo on record given?
The first tattoo on record.
Yeah, and the only reason I'm asking, I'm not expecting anyone to get it right without cheating, because I feel like I want you to know this, a good little story for the shop, and I just really wanted to know the answer. And it's a range. So if anybody can guess a date in the range, I will give this clue. It's about a 300, if my math's good, almost a 300-year range.
Oh fuck.
I'm out. I guess Chris Columbus, 1492.
Oh, I'm gonna let you know it's way older. Think first documented tattoo.
Wait, you said 300-year range.
300-year-old range. Yeah, and you're still off.
Oh, so not within the last 300 years, then.
No, it's a range.
Yeah,
I'm willing to, because they don't know the exact date. It's that old. TikTok.
Oh, I got the range. Okay. All right.
Do you have a guess?
1000 BC.
You know what? You are so far the closest. So the range is 3370 BC and 3100 BC.
Let's go.
So somebody had a 300 BC. Tom put 1. Squeak put the summer of 69.
My second guess was Jesus.
But I mean, he's the closest. So Dick Boy says 1978 Riverview Correctional. Close.
That was his second.
But yeah, it was between. So that's a cool little trivia fact that potentially you could say, hey, you get
DobbyBouglas gets the closest. Good enough.
Yes. All right. So question number 3. In what year did New York City lift its tattoo ban? There was a ban on tattoos in New York City. What year, chat, did they ban it? Throw your guesses out. When I see the first couple guesses rolling in from the delay, then we'll ask the Tat Wizard. I did not know this. I was very intrigued by this answer. All right, I see at least one answer coming in. So whenever you feel like you want to throw your guess in, go ahead, guess away, Dobby.
1960?
Oh, you said that without uncertainty.
I have no idea.
Oh, he's going with it's still in effect today. That's a solid answer. I live in New York as well, but not the city. I didn't know this. So I do not see the correct answer in the chat yet.
I'm saying 1919.
My next guess was 1902, but that's just because.
Well, yeah,
because that was a fun year.
It was.
Yeah,
1902. Yeah, that's when the men were men and the women were kind of like men. So nobody's guessed it right. If people are rolling in with answers now, they Googled it. The correct answer is 1999. They had a tattoo ban in New York City until 1999.
Damn.
Prince must have lobbied for that.
Yeah, I think he was the one that got them to lift that ban.
But we're gonna party like it's 1999, but we're gonna be able to get tattoos as well.
Well, what probably happened is New York City was like, we're never gonna survive 2K. We need to just lift the ban, let everybody get tattooed up. We're not gonna make it. Yeah,
I'm gonna give that to Assassin Outdoors. He got 1997.
Oh yeah, that's the closest.
Good enough.
Well done. Well done. New York State pause. Can't get a tattoo today. All right. In what country did tattooing originate from? In which country did tattoo originate from? This one's pretty tough. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't expecting you or anyone to come in here with a perfect score. That's just bad trivia. But even if you retain like one of these, you're gonna be like, oh, or if any of these, people that have came in to watch not only you but love tattoos because they knew you're on there, they're like, all right, I'm learning some stuff. I'm going to impress my tattoo artist.
You got your own shop. That stuff on
what's
the
your
wall. People are going to walk in and be like, wow, you're a goddamn genius. He's fucking smart. Ooh, I had the same answer as Lonnie. I said Egypt. It's probably not right, but
That's what he guessed. We got all sorts of answers coming in. Canada.
See, a lot of people said Japan, which is pretty accurate, but for some reason, like the Isle of Samoa sort of thing is just calling out like Polynesian tribal. Like it's just like it's screaming at me. Like I still don't know. Like I should know some of this shit.
Correct.
play it like if you don't know, you got the second place.
Right.
The correct answer is, and I hate to do this, Logan was right.
Attaboy, Lonnie. Nice.
Lonnie. London.
All right. This is a really tough one, so we'll do kind of what's the game show? Wheel of Fortune. What's the one where you can't go over? You got to guess, but you can't go over. Price is Right. We'll do Price is Right. Closest one without going over, and maybe people know this. I didn't know this, but Bernie Moeller is the holder of most tattoos in the Guinness Book of World Records, according to the website that I saw this on. Maybe it's been broken, but at this time, Bernie's record was how many individual tattoos? How many individual tattoos did Bernie Moeller, maybe I butchered your name, Bernie, if you're watching, camera 1 or camera 2, I'm sorry I butchered your name. But how many tattoos did he have for breaking the Guinness World Record?
It's a good question.
That's a good question, and it's nice because you don't have to be right, you just have to be close. And it's got to jog. It's really got to work your brain right now. Like, how many tattoos individually could someone? And I don't know how tall this dude was or short he was. And maybe I shouldn't even judge that he's a dude. Maybe this person. All right, so whenever you're ready, you want to throw in your guess, go ahead.
320.
320. All right, we're gonna let the rest of them come in. There's gonna be a delay, but we're gonna get them in there. You're gonna be like, what? The correct answer. What's your guess, Logan?
1,024.
Holy shit. That's probably way closer than mine.
The correct answer, 14,006.
What?
Yeah. Tom was right out the gate close. 15,000.
Yeah. But he's over.
I feel like CT Googled it and then just came in a little bit lower so he didn't look like he was cheating.
Well, he doesn't know how to spell or use the internet, so that makes sense.
Yeah, 14,000.
So small. Like, how do you fit 14,000? Like, I don't. This is like these are like all one tattoo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
You know what he probably did? He probably got a whole "Where's Waldo" thing tattooed on him, one at a time.
Looking like a Chipotle bag.
But I just tried to go lower than Tom. You did.
So
He can't
CT got it, right?
CT got that one. You have 14,006 tattoos. That's crazy.
Jesus. Not even close. It wasn't even in the ballpark.
No, it was like you're in Fenway right now waiting for the game, and they're talking about going to and only having 3 stadiums in some random place in Arizona, probably.
Right.
So question number 6.
Score tally. DobbyBouglas has Dose. CT, Lonnie, and Assassin also have Dose. I have Dose, but I don't really count. I just like to play along.
I mean, you count. You're wrong. Yeah.
Alex Trebek is my hero, so.
And you don't know the answer, so feel free to play along. I never include you. I just am like, hey.
I know you don't, bud.
All right. That's on me. That's on me. All right. Question number 6. According to Mike Tyson, what does his face tattoo represent? So according to Mike Tyson, what does he say his face tattoo represents? Maybe it's what it actually does. I'm not sure, but I want to know what he says it represents. So if anybody in the chat has some guesses, throw in your guesses. And I think I would know if somebody Googled this one. It's an interesting one.
My only guess really is because I did watch a documentary on him before, and he did have pet tigers for a long time. I'm gonna guess that it's a prideful kind of thing, and it's a backstory of his tigers because they have the stripes, and it might count as a stripe.
Squeak says, "Hold your ear bite."
Oh, here we go.
Oh, it's funny. Mark came in with a tiger as well.
Yeah.
I have serenity and peacefulness.
Ooh, my back is broken.
Serenity and peacefulness.
Right. So somebody threw out one in the documentary and remembers it apparently. So the answer is was that your guess, Logan? Whatever you said in your Tyson voice?
Yes, serenity and peacefulness.
Okay. Hey, say it, don't spray it. The correct answer is warrior status. Warrior status. And Assassin said being a warrior.
So Assassin gets that one, eh?
Yeah.
This dude is a trivia assassin.
Yes, he is. Oh, I see what you did there. You ate everybody. Canadian. You just went straight Canadian on the chat. Did you guys hear that? He went, yeah. Or Assassin's got it, eh? We are on the Canadian border, and he is a Frenchie. So, smile, you got Frenches. He's trying not to smile. All right, question number 7. All right, this one should be pretty obvious. We're going to go first answer in the chat.
Okay.
If that's cool with you, official scorekeeper.
Yep.
Okay. What was the name of the movie where a character partied a little too hard and woke up with a tattoo like Mike Tyson?
Got it.
What was the name of the movie where a character partied a little too hard and woke up with a tattoo like Mike Tyson? You guys can answer whenever you want.
The Hangover.
Yep. All right. So you both got it. You each get a point, and the first person that pops up in the chat with the right answer gets it.
Don't be Assassin. Please don't be Assassin.
It is CT.
Let's go.
And I know he doesn't have that fast internet because that poor guy does not have the fastest internet in the world. He did a speed test the other day, and it was like 2.3 down. That's like some dial-up stuff.
The gamer's afoot.
All right. So question number 8. According to the random article that I found on the Google, what country is the most tattooed country in the world based on how many people have tattoos in the country that took the poll? So there is one country, according to this random article that I found, that may be valid, maybe not. It looked official. It had like a chart and stuff. Which country, according to this, had the most percentage of people that have at least one tattoo?
Wow.
I'm just gonna go with Japan, honestly. That's just a guess. No scientific equations going behind this one. No bar graphs. Nothing.
If I had to guess without seeing the answer, I would have never guessed this.
I'm gonna say Indonesia.
Okay. There's no right answers in the chat, but US came in at 3.
We got a lot of fucking people.
Yeah. The funny thing is, I don't think this country has a ton of people. It's got a lot. Assassin has he did it. Assassin did it again. He's either really good at Googling or really has his shit. Italy. 48% of people have at least one tattoo in Italy.
Although, this might make sense. Because it'd be really easy to tattoo either like spaghetti or a meatball on someone. It'd be fairly quick.
How do you know? Have you ever tattooed somebody?
No, I'm just guessing. If you have to do a squiggly line of spaghetti, it shouldn't take that long. So, like anyone, my tattoo ideas are like my last name, my mom's last name. Like if you're in Italy, you're like, what do I want? I love a spaghetti.
While you're keeping score, can you draw your tattoo drawing on your arm for us while you're keeping score? Kidding. You don't have to do it in Sharpie though.
I never
would have guessed.
I'm on my PS3. There's no fast Googling. I believe that. What's up, Nina?
Hey, Nina.
Logan, say hi to Nina. Don't be rude.
Sorry, I was wrong. Hi, Nina.
Wow.
Nina, don't smile.
Question number 9. If your tattoo artist asks you if you want to get a flash done, What do they mean? If your tattoo artist says, hey, do you want to get a flash done? The correct answer should be no. But what does get a flash done mean? What's your guess, Logan?
Mine is like a quick drawing or like a fake tattoo first to see if you like it. I'm guessing. I don't know.
Okay.
And I'm going to say I'm right because fuck it.
I mean, you're the official scorekeeper. Technically, you can have as many points as you want.
Technically, I'm winning 35-6.
Weird. What do you think? What do you think, Dobby?
Well, Flash is typically something that was popular in the early 90s. It's usually pre-drawn designs that are heavily duplicated. So something that has been printed or mass-produced and shipped to other tattoo shops. So someone could walk in and say, hey, I want a cross. And you flip the Flash book and there's 90 crosses on a page and they would just pick which one they want. Granted, someone 5 houses down or 5 states over or a continent over could have the exact same tattoo that you have because it's heavily mass produced. It's not a custom image. It was once a custom image, but not anymore. It's something that is definitely oversaturated, and usually tattoo shops these days don't even have Flash books like that.
Nice.
So I'm saying I could walk into a tattoo shop and say, I want Frankie Says Relax on my stomach. And they would be like, oh, this one right here. And I could get relaxed right here. Like,
they would have a bunch of lettering Flash for you to look at. So unless you wanted a custom drawing. So if you wanted lettering and it's this big, there's only certain fonts that can be tattooed that small. You know what I mean? But if you're like, hey, take my whole stomach, draw whatever you want, you could get unlimited different fonts, in different styles of lettering. So, hey, Georgina.
Yeah. So, obviously the key word, I mean, you hit every single angle, obviously nailed it. And the answer, the one that was the key terms I was looking for was pre-made design. You always go custom. So,
Yep.
Logan, since you're official scorekeeper, you can dissect through the comments which one you determine is close enough to pre-made design. Because we got the wall art, we got small common, pics on the wall cards, not original, traditional, off the wall, Googled image. Dobby would love my dragon tat.
Get out of here, assassin. You're winning.
unoriginal. Okay. Traditional. Yeah, I will pretty much go with I'll go Tom wall art. It's all just perception of what they're thinking. Tom with wall art, Neldon with small common tattoos, not necessarily small, but I'll go with that. Pics on wall cards, non-original, traditional, off the Google image. Everybody gets a point for that.
Wow, everybody does. He's like Oprah. Hey, Georgie, do you like my couch? I'm sitting right next to Dobby. It's comfy.
Comfy.
All right, last question.
Just for clarity, a lot of artists these days have Flash designs, but they've pre-drawn them custom themselves. So each individual artist, if you go to a tattoo convention, you would walk up to their booth and they would have a table with all their paintings and a bunch of stickers and stuff like that. But they also have like a flip book of things that they've drawn over the years that haven't been tattooed, which is also considered pre-made Flash, but it's custom Flash. Smart. So typically these days, Pinterest is what you would call a Flash book, where it's like, I've seen that angel tattoo 900 times, or I've seen that infinity symbol 900 times. It's all because Pinterest is the new Flash book. So
digital Flash book.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah.
Do they have that online? Maybe you could just be like digital Flash book, and you could just have your own and make like after we do the log and the best place to poop app. Maybe we'll start with that one too.
You guys got your work cut out for you.
I've considered making a coloring book.
That'd be cool.
I thought that would be unique and pretty different to have like a tattooer's coloring book.
That would be awesome. I'll buy one.
That would be cool.
I'll do that, and I'll buy 2, one for each of the boys, because I'm sick of looking at pictures of Paw Patrol flying around my house.
There you go. Okay, so I'll buy 3. He's gonna buy 2. You got 5 sold already.
You go. I'd be like, hey, what'd you draw today? Be like, I don't know, but it's freaking colorful and real cool. Be like, that's nice art.
All right, Meg wants 1 too, so I got to buy 4. Logan's gonna buy 2. So there's 6. I'm sure there's other people in there. Comment in the chat if you guys want a Dobby coloring book by and he's gonna have a cool name. Don't worry about all that. Over here in camera 2, Rude Glitter says they're gonna buy one. So yeah,
we should know what to do with the rest of your COVID-19 time.
We got at least 10, but we're gonna. Oh, and Julia Jones wants one. CT wants one. Look at that. We're up to about 15. So if everybody just wants to in the chat put their credit card information, their social security number. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. That was a joke. That was purely
don't put that in the chat. Just send it to
beardlaws.com. That was a joke. All right, let's move on to question number 10 before we get shut down. Question number 10. YouTube, that was a joke. Please don't shut us down. I didn't say any of those words that I did the last time to get shut down. That was just a joke. Just a joke. Everybody on camera 2 is having a good time laughing and throwing like the smiley face with the crosses. So yeah. So Lonnie,
they're still there.
Lonnie drew well done, Lonnie. No, he's thinking he's going to do a coloring book.
Maybe.
It'll be done. It'll be done by tomorrow night.
Yeah, he'll have a mass produced, done, drawings, everything. He's gonna pull an all-nighter. I almost said all-nighter. Damn run. All right. Question number 10. A tattoo is an image that is deposited on what? And I'm going to give a multiple choice unless, Dobby, you feel that you know it and they don't need it.
I'll give it to him.
Give him the multiple choice? All right.
Yeah, just give it to him.
A, dermis. B, epidermis. C, subtissue. A, B, or C?
Ooh, I see what you did there. That's a tough one for someone who doesn't know skin.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you guys didn't listen, then I'm sorry. I'm only going to say that once because I feel like I said them all right, and I don't want a chance saying them wrong again because I'm a guy that doesn't know skin. I may look like I'm a doctor, but I just play one on TikTok once in a while. And speaking of TikTok, I put 7 pounds of objects in my beard pre-show, and my neck was really sore, and I had a heating pad. And yeah,
7 pounds of what?
An object that can't be, you know what I mean? We can't say. Dobby knows. Dobby.
You can't say dildos on YouTube. Whatever.
No, you can say that, but it wasn't that. 7 pounds of that? That's a lot in a beard, man. That's a lot. All right, so there's some questions. Dobby, what's the answer? I waited till you took a drink to ask you. Logan, Logan, what's your answer?
C. Subdermis. Or whatever it was.
I'll also go with C. Just a brief kind of recap, even if the answer is wrong or if it isn't wrong. The testing that we take is a bloodborne pathogens test. So they don't even mention skin types or anything like that. It's mainly to remain cleanly. A lot of states honestly don't even need to have certification to be a tattooer. You can literally just walk in, and if they hire you, they hire you, and
that's scary.
Good luck. Yeah, it's very scary. Where I come from, you have to go through the state, and you have to register as an LLC, and you have to do certain protocol to make sure that you are efficient in the work area. But they never went over skin types or anything like that, which is actually very ridiculous when you think about it. The only thing that they actually educated us on is kind of thinking of your skin, even though it's very thin to even imagine like how thick your skin is. It has 7 layers, and when you get tattooed, it's not like a shot where it penetrates all 7 layers and then goes to where it's supposed to go to give you your shot. It only hits 3 out of 7 layers. You know what I mean? So you don't go as deep as like a shot or acupuncture or anything like that. Like,
yep.
So for us, they never reviewed that. They never said, you know, if they have psoriasis, you know, do this, or, you know, like they never say that sort of thing. So it's kind of weird. Like, because there's plenty of people with eczema. There's plenty of people with different skin conditions, or even like overhydration sort of stuff. Like they just never reviewed any of that. So for me, it's like, I've never learned that, you know?
Yeah.
So the only thing I did learn, like I said, is like the actual cleanly end of being a tattooer. And that's only mandatory by the state. The other things that we take is first aid, which is also just protocol to make sure that if someone does pass out, you're not running around freaking out like everybody else normally would be. You're remaining calm and you know what to do in that scenario.
Have a good night, Nina. Yeah, so according to the super good points. So the correct answer, according to the Google article, was A, dermis. I didn't know really anything about skin. I found it said dermis, and then I made up B and C. So I did epidermis because I know that's the thing, and then I just put subtissue. It sounded like it should be something. I don't know, but it sounded good enough. I got you guys, so I think I get a point. But I think he gets an extra point because I didn't know about the 7 layers of skin. And who cares? You know, he still gets the point. He knows there's 7 layers. Who knows which one is actually the first? I don't know.
He's the guess. The point. Boom. B. He put C. I'll put. But explained everything else. Checkpoint. All right, good enough.
All right, what did he come in? What did he come in for a total? Because the only other person I think that had a chance was Assassin, and I'm pretty sure he put dermis.
5.
But Neldon had it first.
Neldon did have it first. He spelled dermis like Grimace, the Hamburglar or whatever, from Hamburger buddy. But Neldon does get it because we know what he's talking about. Yes,
I knew the whole time.
Assassin had 5. DobbyBouglas has 5, mainly because, well, look at you. You're looking good. So we need a tiebreaker.
All right, whoever has the most tattoos wins the tiebreaker.
Oh, nice. That was a good one.
I'm gonna guess him. Wow, that's awesome. I've never seen those. And I'm sitting right on the couch. I've sat by the couch for you so many times. You've done under camera stuff, but I've never seen that arm. It was always under the other arm.
You look like a Komodo dragon. That's cool.
If I had to count my tattoos, I probably couldn't because they're all starting to mesh together.
Assassin, how many tattoos do you have, Assassin? Roughly. He's got a dragon tattoo. I know that. He's going to send it to you on the Insta too, so you can look at it.
Let's go.
All right. Well, he's got 7. Solid number. He's got him beat. So congratulations. He is the winner and reigning champion of tattoo trivia.
Until tomorrow or next Thursday.
There might not ever be tattoo trivia. So
official scoreboard. Okay.
He keeps score for a living. He's official like a referee with a whistle. So this is the time of the episode for anybody that is still around, where obviously when we do the interview, it's all about the guest. It's all about anybody that's coming back and watching this again. Hopefully they go, to the point where can we find, his work? Where can we, when everything is just going, where can I go to get a tattoo? Where can I go and support this artist right now? So this is the time. Please plug anything and everything that you want to after he just cracked a Miller Lite. YouTube, apple juice. So I'm going to put you on the big screen. Just kind of, talk about what you got going on other than the coloring book and all the apps and all the other ideas that we had on the show. Talk about what you have going on. Where can they reach you? I know you have some cool ideas and a very, very efficient and affordable project that you have going on for people, and just kind of let them know what you got going on, where they can find you. And Logan's going to huff some markers in the background. Big screen is yours.
Go.
Cool. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me and being interested enough to hang out on the podcast. It's really cool. I really appreciate all the love and support. If you would like an art inquiry or anything like that, like a custom drawing, a pet portrait, a tattoo idea, a new profile picture for your TikTok or your Instagram or anything like that, message me directly through Instagram at DobbyBouglas Tattoos. I'll be able to give you a price quote on what you would like drawn, and I'll be able to send you digital copies of everything. No worries there, but it is a commissioned art, so do expect an accurate price quote for the amount of hours it does take to draw something for you. As far as TikTok goes, DobbyBouglas, that's where all the silliness happens. If you'd like to hang out in one of my live streams or come hang out in general, leave some comments on my posts and whatnot. DobbyBouglas is where it's at. Super, super easy to find me. I think I'm one of the only DobbyBouglases out there. But yeah, I also have this other profile on Taki.app, and it is a custom video app. So if you'd like a personal shout out, a happy birthday, a motivational video, a funny dad joke, a video of my cat, a tour of the house, just me laughing at whatever the fuck. Like I remember doing a video where I taught someone how to wash their hands, but instead of using soap, I used cream cheese, and I just thought it was funny, so I just decided to do it. Yeah, so basically
Feet pics.
Yeah, feet pics. Sure. Yeah, if you want to see the feet, go ahead. Hit me up on Taki.app. It's actually it's kind of like a Cameo, but in the same sense, they give back to the creators a little bit more, and I made it the minimum price, so it's like $5 or something like that.
And the link's underneath scrolling, everybody. So it's Taki.app/creator/DobbyBouglas. So it's been scrolling all the time. Take a screenshot. Right now, this is free. Make the best face you want and take a screenshot right now of Dobby. Bam, and you can have the link. Right now, take the screenshot. Wait. All right. So that was your chat. Right now. There you go. I forgot there's a delay, so it could be on, it could be off. But either way, take a screenshot at any point if you guys want, or when we go big screen, take that screenshot.
That's the same look my wife gives me when I'm naked.
Yeah, Taki's one of those apps that or it's a website, but it's Taki.app. You put it in your web browser. It's honestly one of the more fun things that I've signed up for. I didn't really expect to enjoy it because I have TikTok and I do live streams and I do, content posting every day and stuff. But Taki ended up being a very personal kind of thing. So like if you wanted something motivational or inspirational, or you want me to tell your brother to fuck off or whatever, like I can do that, like it's just funny. Like, hey, Kenny, you're an asshole, my man, and then just end the video right there. And it's like, who the fuck was that guy? But then the person who ordered it was laughing their ass off, and they were like, that's the best $5 I ever spent. Like, so like for me, I enjoy giving back, and I really enjoy making people laugh. So I feel like this app is one of those things that's both of those. Like I can give back and I can get a good laugh, and I can give other people a good laugh. And that's for me what TikTok has been all about since day one, is just kind of making people laugh, like sharing an experience with them, relating to them, having a good time with people I never would have met ever in my life if it wasn't for the app. So for that, I'm just very grateful. And not only that, but I'm here on a podcast with a really good friend of mine who I met through the app, and it's fucking awesome. Like I'm blessed, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I'm very grateful.
Hell yeah, man.
Nice. Well done. That was pretty good.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so like I said, guys, go and follow him on every social media. Show him some love. If you can't find him for some reason, you can't spell it, just search Team Destroy hashtag on TikTok. You'll find many videos of him, many amazing skits. And we can't thank you enough. And I have a feeling that you might be making a special appearance. Whether you're wearing a mask or not, we don't know. Or maybe you'll just come on because, like I said, next week's guest is somebody that you might know pretty well. And what I usually do, if you guys are new to the show or you haven't been around the show, I set everything up. All right. So Dobby's on this week. Jake's going to be on. Will there be a third? Maybe. If not, then maybe both of them will be on, and we'll do a fun little trivia. There's just some cool stuff. Like we had Iron Sanctuary, Beer Bong John, and Fresh Prince of O'Hare, and we did a game with them. And the winner got some stuff. So we're working. We're always a couple steps ahead. Dobby knows what's up. So Logan, he didn't come to the pre-production meeting again today. So
I made last week.
You did make last week. That was cool. I'm pretty proud of you. But
Eastern Standard Logan.
Yeah, this won't be the last time. Obviously, you'll see Dobby on the show, and potentially you might even see us in some TikTok videos together soon.
Cool.
Maybe. But seriously, man, all kidding aside, I can't thank you enough for taking the time to come in and hang out with us. Just an absolute amazing episode that's going to be put out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff once we release it. And obviously, you guys can watch us anytime, again, as many times as you want on YouTube and Facebook. So seriously, man, thank you. I appreciate you. And we'll do this again sometime. Thanks, man. Dobby, everybody. Hey!
Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, anytime, man. Anytime. Even if you just want to come on, ask a random guest a question on a random Thursday at 9. We're here every Thursday at 9. Just let me know.
Cool.
We love guests. We love guests because otherwise people have to look at us. So
yeah. They don't love it. They don't always love it. But seriously, man, thank you so much. Have a good one. We'll chat soon.
Hell yeah. Later, brother.
All right, man. Later. All right, everybody. That was Dobby. Absolutely amazing dude. Seriously, check him out on everything. He's the king of the skit. And the best part is, we get the show going with him and Jake. I still got leftover questions, and the people already want to have them go head to head in some kind of trivia. So we'll have to see. And Logan's a trivia master, so we'll see there. Thanks, Tom, for supporting the show and everybody else that's here. Awesome show. Thanks, Dobby. Seriously, we can't thank him. We can't thank you enough for everybody. Usually it's an hour, but when you have a guest on and you guys just gel and things just kind of flow and Shadow makes an appearance, you go over a little bit. So Thank you guys so much. We're going to hit you guys with the outro. And anybody that's hanging out backstage or Logan, stick around for the after show that is not live. That's when the fun stuff happens. Anybody else over here wants to join the after hours party, we'll be here. Thank you guys so much. Let's hit it with the outro and have a good rest of your day.